The most hated characters in pop culture? These characters started to be hated not only within their series, but they were so hated that they even became memes. But get ready, because one of these characters, just by looking at their face, will ruin your day. Sakura Haruno first. Let's talk about a character that really hurts us deep down. A potential thrown in the trash, Sakura Haruno. Sakura didn't start off badly. On the contrary, she had intelligence, control, discipline, everything to be a brutal ninja. It even seemed like she would have more development than Naruto himself, but everything went down the drain. Instead of a bright future, they decided to turn her into a girl who would give her life for Sasuke. Every time it seemed like she was going to do something impressive, they made her go back to worshipping him, her biggest crush ever. No matter how much she trained, how many fights she won, or how much she advanced medically, they always found a way to make her just Sasuke's sidekick. And the worst part about this couple is that it's not an interesting love. It's not just Sakura being crazy obsessed with a guy who doesn't even notice her, and that's what's frustrating. Because Sakura really could achieve a lot. She had good moments, tough hits, smart decisions, but every step forward came with 10 steps back in dignity. While other characters grew from their pain, Sakura stayed stuck, making excuses for someone who never chose her. And it's not that she's weak, guys, it's just that they made her character into someone who settles for crumbs. That's why the hate isn't just pointless hate, it's also disappointment at the same time. It's watching season after season as a character with all the tools to shine is turned into an emotional accessory. And Sakura isn't a bad character, it's something worse. She's just an unfulfilled promise, and that hurts more than any villain. Because you don't hate her for what she is, you hate her for what they never let her become. Velma gets double the hate from a lot of people. First of all, Velma in her classic version was already a great character. She was smart, helpful, and never needed to humiliate anyone to prove she was intelligent. So then, why the hell did they get rid of her and leave us with the other one? And wow, the modern Velma doesn't investigate anymore. She just gives orders and spends her time correcting you like you're a dog in training. Shh, shh, hey, shh, no. She's always reminding everyone else that they're dumb, that she's superior, and that if it weren't for her, the world would collapse. But, oh, surprise, the world keeps collapsing, and even worse, it's her fault. The problem isn't that she's confident, it's that she's actually really toxic. She doesn't contribute anything to the group anymore, she actually drains it. And honestly, she ruins all the mystery and charm of the series. Every scene with her feels like working with the most hated person in the group. You even find yourself hoping she'll just be quiet and seem like she's not there anymore. They took away Velma's essence of being the understanding friend and turned her into a horrible harpy. And finally, to top it all off, this lady is also really sleazy, as if we didn't already have enough reasons to hate her. The Ice Age baby. Ah, the Ice Age baby, the public enemy that nobody asked for, but we all learned to hate without anyone having to explain it to us. That big-headed kid with giant eyes and a smile that says, "I already messed up and I'm going to do it again." Because let's be honest, every problem in Ice Age starts, gets worse, or drags on because of this horrible baby. He doesn't talk, he doesn't help, he doesn't understand anything. But there goes everyone risking their lives for this slacker, as if he were the diapered messiah, the baby of the Ice Age. He's not cute. He's a little devil, always about to lose his life somehow. And the other characters have to stop surviving the Ice Age to become full-time babysitters. Manny can't process his trauma. Sid can't be any less annoying. Diego can't redeem himself in peace. And that's because the baby decided to crawl toward death again. And the worst part is he never learns. There's no arc, no growth, no consequence. The baby keeps smiling while half the ecosystem collapses. You see him and you don't think, "Oh, how cute," do you? Will you tie up that thing before it kills someone? He doesn't add anything narratively, but everything revolves around him. That's why the internet hates him. Not because he's a baby with an abominable face, but because he only exists to get himself in danger so everyone has to go rescue him. And when they finally return him to the adults, do you feel even more frustrated because he survived everything and didn't stay buried in the ice? This baby didn't mark anyone's childhood, he just stressed us out. And that's why, even though he never said a word, he earned one of the most universal hatreds in culture, effortlessly and just for existing. Everyone says they love Ash Ketchum, but if we're honest, it's even tiring to defend him now. He's the eternal protagonist, the buddy who's been learning for decades and decades, and still, he can't even graduate from preschool. Pokemon Ash starts out with motivation, heart, and dreams, and then he gets stuck and frozen there like an iceberg. Years go by, entire regions, leagues, journeys, public humiliations, and he stays the same, and the guy keeps making mistakes that not even a rookie trainer would make anymore. He loses, reflects a little, he promises to improve, changes regions, and boom, he forgets everything he learned. Once again, he doesn't know the types. Once again, he trusts too much. Once again, he makes really dumb decisions in important battles. And the most frustrating thing isn't that he loses, it's that he never truly learns. His development gets taken away every season like a used condom. When he finally wins something big, you don't even shout, you don't even celebrate, you just sigh like saying, "It was about time, man." It doesn't feel like a triumph, it feels like watching someone who's behind finally catch up. Ash doesn't age, he doesn't mature, he doesn't evolve. He's the only human in a world where Pokemon actually level up, and that's the problem. It's not that he's bad, it's that he became a symbol of eternal stagnation. A protagonist who doesn't grow, the franchise won't let him, and Ash doesn't annoy you, he just wears you out. And that's no longer enjoyable to watch, since he should just get a better job. Star Butterfly. And now let's move on to one that started out as fireworks and ended up as a forest fire, Star Butterfly. At first you like her, I'm not going to lie. She's chaotic, energetic, fun, breaks the rules, throws spells around like confetti and all that. Does it feel fresh? The problem is that these little tricks don't get any better and they stay just as immature. And you go from seeing her as someone who can evolve to a walking danger. Star makes decisions that affect entire kingdoms, whole species, and the balance of worlds. But always under the magical excuse of "I followed my heart" in the series. Instead of saying, "Hey, this has consequences," they take her side, applaud her, and hug her with emotional music in the background. The disaster isn't the mistake. The disaster is that the script insists it was the right decision just because Star felt confident doing it. And this isn't growth, it's irresponsibility with Diamantina. Every time someone asks, why did she do it? They make them out to be the bad guys, the ones who don't understand her, the stars. She doesn't learn to think, she just learns to justify. She never fixes what she breaks, she just moves on to the next thing with a smile and a new outfit. And so, what started as a chaotic heroine ends up being a moral bomb who decides everyone's fate without asking for permission. Star Butterfly isn't hated because she makes mistakes, she's hated because she never doubts herself after the disaster. Because destroying worlds recklessly doesn't make you brave, it makes you worse. And when a show confuses emotional security with being right, what's left isn't a heroine. It's a brilliant reminder that good intentions can also ruin everything. And that, my friends, is a very bad example. Binks. To begin with, Binks should never have existed in Star Wars, a saga full of galactic wars, betrayals, and an unforgettable story. And someone said, what if we put in a clown with a weird accent who falls down every 5 seconds? What a way to ruin our experience. While everyone is talking about invasions, treaties, and armies, there's this thing making noises, tripping over itself, and reacting like a deformed homunculus. It's not that he's clumsy, it's just that he simply doesn't belong here. And the worst part is that his clumsiness isn't harmless, it's annoying. Jar keeps messing things up, causing huge problems, but still keeps getting away with it. No one learns anything. No one tells him to shut up. They don't even kick him out of the room. He's just there, getting in the way, yelling, making every scene lose its seriousness and get interrupted. That's why the hate isn't so strong. It's not because it's childish, but because it betrays the pact that the story promises. You come in expecting an epic space war and they throw a weird, deformed little animal at you. Jar is living proof that a single poorly placed character can contaminate an entire story. He's not a villain, nor is he a hero. He's a nuisance that nobody understands, and because of this, everyone wanted to erase him, but from the galaxy. So, well, friends, these were the most hated, unbearable, and stressful characters that almost all of us hate from pop culture. Let me know in the comments, which one would you make disappear? See you next time.